So I want to talk about Justice League with you guys, but before I do, I really quick need to just address something. I know a lot of people shit on the DCEU, but I just want to say I think the DC Entertainment Universe, or just the DCU, I'm going to just say DCU. I think the DCU in general has had the worst luck in the history of, like, cinematic universes. Whether it be, like, the films being re-edited for the purpose of adding humor or feeling too dark, or reshoots being done. Zack Snyder had to take a personal leave and is no longer a part of the DCU directing team or anything like that. Joss Whedon had to step in. Stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of misfortune when it comes to this. I feel like it's fucking cursed, to be honest. But I'm gonna go in with this and just be honest as possible. I watched Justice League, and it was not terrible. I enjoyed myself during the movie. I had a fun time. I will say, though, the bar for DC has been set very high with Wonder Woman. I think, honestly, that is probably one of my favorites of the year. There's a bunch of other movies I loved, but that one was very well done. It was very well put together. Being there's a bar now set for quality when it comes to DC movies. Justice League is an entertaining movie, but it very much misses the mark at points. And I'd like to think that a lot of that comes with the writing for the movie. So Justice League picks up where Batman vs. Superman left off. In the world of the DC universe, Superman is dead now, and this makes everybody fucking sad, and it brings out the worst in people. Everything sucks because Superman is gone. Through this, we're introduced to all of the characters that take place in the Justice League. Wonder Woman, Cyborg, Batman, Flash, and Aquaman through their various happenings in the world and whatnot. And in the world of the Amazons, Steppenwolf, the villain of the film, comes into play, where he takes one of the mother boxes that the Amazons have been protecting this entire time, and there's a fight scene that involves that. Wonder Woman finds out, tells Bruce Wayne, oh shit, something's going down. The Amazons have lit the fire of warning, which is kind of the beacon to say, hey, shit's going down, and only Wonder Woman knows about it. So they have to assemble a team. Through that, they basically explain that Steppenwolf needs 3 mother boxes in order to unleash, I guess, his homeworld, or make him a godlike figure and take him out of exile. Basically, they have to assemble this team, and they go to all the necessary members. They go to Aquaman, they go to Barry Allen, who immediately says yes. Wonder Woman goes to Cyborg, who is all broody and is like, oh, what if I'm a monster? And Wonder Woman essentially says, you can trust us, you just have to open up, please? And later on he joins, because writing. Anyway, so the 4 of them unite at some point during a fight with Steppenwolf, and because of that, they realize he's too powerful. I have an idea. Let's bring Superman back from the dead. What? So what they do, which seems like the most batshit thing I've ever fucking heard of, is we're gonna bring him into the Kryptonian ship remains with the alien holy water that's sitting beneath in, like, the reincarnation pool, I guess is what it is. It's almost like a Lazarus pit filled with water. So they rob his grave of his body, take him into this Lazarus water pit, essentially, and take the mother cube that happens to be at this this military base where the Kryptonian ship is, and they are gonna drop it in the water. But as they're gonna drop it in the water, the Flash is gonna create a strong enough current to essentially shock Superman back to life. I don't know the science behind that. If you can tell me, scientists out there, if this is gonna work, how does it work? Because I don't fucking understand. So all seems fine and dandy, he's back to life, except for the fact that he doesn't realize who Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, and Cyborg are. So he immediately beats the shit out of them in the middle of the fucking Clark Kent Superman memorial that they've placed, and he loses his proverbial shit, so to speak. They try to stop him with force, but they realize the only way to Superman is his heart. So they call in Lois Lane, and it happened to be like, hey Lois, your boy is freaking out, please do me a favor and calm him down. So she calms him down, and he stops beating the shit out of him. Whilst all this is going on, Steppenwolf takes the final cube and brings all of these to the reactor in Russia. By the way, I should mention, Steppenwolf has been placing these cubes in a nuclear reactor, a defunct nuclear reactor in Russia, and is planning to bring back his homeworld. I will say this right now, Steppenwolf in this movie is the most generic villain I've ever seen. And I get he's doing this for Darkseid, but he gets nowhere near where he wants to be with this fucking thing. Darkseid is only mentioned in name once, and that is it. So they go to Russia, and they realize they have to pull apart the 3 cubes that are fused together, causing his homeworld to be born within the area of Russia. And they try and fight him, they try and take him out, but they realize they can't. When Superman shows up, because after all, this is a Superman trilogy, believe it or not. Superman is not in this movie for at least an hour and 15 minutes or so? About? Yeah, he's not really a part of this movie as much. So Superman flies in, and in Superman fashion, beats the literal shit out of Steppenwolf, and basically saves the day, along with the others. They all team up, and they basically beat the shit out of Steppenwolf, and they save the day. The end. That's the movie. So yeah, it felt more or less like it was a ham-fisted sort of movie that only could be, like, they could only explain so much within the span of an hour and 50 minutes, which, by the way, why the fuck was this movie an hour and 15 minutes? There were some serious cuts that had to be made if that was the case. Like, there's gotta be a director's cut out there somewhere where the movie is actually, like, 2 hours and 30 minutes or some shit like that, because that is not acceptable for a fucking Justice League movie. Another thing I had a problem with was the writing of Justice League, because there were so many moments where they really forgot to fix plot holes when it came to this movie. So, one of the major aspects of this movie is that Superman is fucking dead. He died in the previous movie. And the movie did this thing, and I'm just kind of harping back to Batman vs. Superman. They did this thing in that movie where at the end of the movie, they're at the funeral, and it kind of pans down to the coffin, and you see, like, some dirt sort of move, almost like an earthquake is going off, like a mini seismic reaction is going off to imply that, oh, Superman's still alive, or he's getting back to life, or something like that. He's going to be back on his own accord when they have to revive him. Why would you imply that he's going to come back if, like, they have to bring him back? Almost like reviving him in a Lazarus pit or something like that. On the positive side, though, I did like some of, like, the little nods, almost like little reminders that other characters are coming. Mainly in, like, this explanation flashback that Wonder Woman does, talking about Steppenwolf and the Great War that they had. Basically where the Atlanteans and the Amazons and the humans teamed up in this epic fight, and also a couple of others too, in which we get to see a fucking Green Lantern, which is great, because that makes me feel like, oh my god, the Green Lanterns are coming. It's coming soon, guys. I can't fucking wait. And that's the only mention we get of a Green Lantern. So, I mean, I'll take that. I'll take it. I'm hoping Hal Jordan will kind of show up, or like Guy Gardner, or fucking Jon Stewart. Any of those guys will show up. I can't wait to see what they do in the DCU. Hopefully it's not going to be like Ryan Reynolds or anything like that, but I feel like it's going to be good. So my main problem with the movie, though, oh my god, for a movie that Zack Snyder did, or had some hand on, he has a knack for visual shit. However, the visual effects for this movie are garbage. Oh my god, like, I gotta be honest, like, half of the movie looks good, half of, like, the models look good, half of, like, the animations look good, but oh my god, there's, like, moments in this movie where you can immediately tell that they were slacking. Like, you can tell that they did not do the full Monty and do a good job on these. Like, I have seen buildings that look like amateur animations in this movie. It basically looks like older models and stuff like that. It looks really, really bad. I don't know if that was, like, due to budget cuts or, like, constraints or anything like that, but Jesus Christ, it was fucking awful. I feel like this movie could have been so much better. Like, I have no problem with... I was entertained by the movie, and I had a fun time. I hate to say this, because this is kind of how I, like, enjoyed Man of Steel. Like, I usually, for, like, the DC movies, have to turn my brain off, but when there are, like, glaring issues that I see, I, like, kind of have to point it out. I'm like, this doesn't look right, this doesn't look right, this is weird, this is too cliche. I don't hate this movie, by the way. I really don't. I just feel as if it could have been way better. I feel like there could have been so much more. I'm not gonna tell you don't see the movie, because, like, it was entertaining, it was fun. It was essentially like the ensemble cast if it was kind of a ham-fisted ensemble cast. Like, there wasn't much development for, like, The Flash, or, like, Aquaman, or Cyborg. If we got the Flash movie, if we got a Cyborg movie, if we got the Aquaman early before the Justice League movie, that would have made it a little better. If we got those 3 movies before the Justice League movie, and it was like this, you know what, I'd be fine with it. I'd be alright with it. But let's be honest, it probably was trying to just compete with the MCU in general. This could have been done way better. I guess if anything, I would recommend the movie, but at the same time, just be cautious because you're going to notice the issues that I noticed right away. I'm going to go ahead and give this movie 2.5 Goldblums. Yeah, that's going to be the rating system from now on. Anyway, this is John, signing off. Hope you have a good one. Good night. Goodbye. Hey guys, what's going on? John here. I just wanted to say really quick, thank you guys so much for watching this video. This is something a little different that I'm going to be doing from now on the channel. If you liked it, please let me know in the comments. What do you think I could change? What do you think I could do differently? Your feedback is essential, so please let me know. And with that said, I wanted to go ahead and take the time to thank the patrons that made this video possible, all of which can be seen on the screen right next to me. If you guys want that shout out, you can go ahead and pledge on patreon.com/JohnPage. Link is right below in the description, you could totally do that. Every little bit counts, obviously, whether it be 1, 5, 10, 20, 50, any of that stuff really counts. So I appreciate any kind of pledge that you guys put in, because it really does help me out when it comes to making videos and stuff like that. Anyway, with that said, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is John, signing off. Have a good one.